I'm standing outside the USPS building in D.C., where protesters are outside upset that the U.S. Postmaster has agreed to work with DOGE to see if they can get the post office to stop running at a loss of billions. So there's nothing whatsoever.
She's full of wrong. She just makes stuff up.
Would you like to talk to us?
Not a bit, honey, because I think you're full of...
My name is Justine. We're asking people what brings them out here today.
Well, I have children and I have a grandchild, and the country's going to hell because of the Republicans.
Why do you believe USPS is running billions of dollars in the red for years? So people are out here specifically protesting the fact that Elon Musk and DOGE wants to look into USPS. USPS has been running billions in the red for years, and the Postmaster actually agreed to work with DOGE to figure out how they can save costs. What do you think that DOGE should look at?
In my opinion, looking at exactly what the Republicans have been doing for the last 53 years, their idea of privatizing things and giving jobs to companies have pulled a lot of resources out of what otherwise were previously solid public systems that provided all kinds of services to all the people in the country.
So if USPS is a solid public system, why have they been running in the red? Actually, they've lost $9.5 billion within the span of 2024.
It's obvious why they're in the red, because there's competition like by FedEx and UPS.
What do you think DOGE should look at to help save USPS?
I don't think they're qualified to evaluate.
Do you mean Americans should only be able to use USPS? They shouldn't be able to send their mail through other outlets. It should only be USPS allowed in this country.
Yes, they should want to use the U.S. Postal Service.
What do you think DOGE can look at to see how USPS can save more money?
I'm not sure. What they could do about changing of the mail, how mail flows. The way it's going now, mail's getting there, taking a longer time to get there than it used to. So maybe they can look at how we can get people their mail faster.
So what do you think DOGE should look at to help save the postal office?
You know, sometimes you need to cut, if you're going to cut any fat, you cut from the top, not from down here. This is the customers, this is the people's post office. So what is it that you're trying to save? It's just the... And truthfully, I don't even know if I'm the right person to answer that question.
Well, I'm the president of the American Postal Workers Union, and we're having events like this all over the country. And what's bringing us out is the Postal Service, which belongs to the people of the country, is under severe threat from this administration. And when we say threat, we're talking about the administration's efforts and plans to take the public postal service private.
How much money should USPS be allowed to lose before the government looks into them, before anyone looks into them?
But they haven't looked into it all these years. Up until now, it's been bleeding money. All of these years, this is poor management.
But now that there's a new administration, they've actually stated that they're now finally looking into USPS spending. So wouldn't you support that?
No.
Right now, what's only happening is that the Postal Service is agreeing to work with DOGE to see where they are spending their money, because they've been in the red for years. They've lost nearly $10 billion.
Who are you with?
I'm with the Media Research Center.
They're in the red because right now people feel that it should support itself. It's not. Social Security doesn't support itself. Department of Justice doesn't support itself.
But this whole idea that somehow this is a taxpayer burden, there's no taxpayer dollars that goes to the post office. It runs on its own money, and it does.
But I'm not saying that. I'm asking, why shouldn't DOGE or anyone look into the fact that USPS, a government-affiliated postal service, why did they lose $9.5 billion, nearly $10 billion in 2024, and where that money went?
I'm done with this interview.
But you think taxpayers should start defunding USPS?
Absolutely. And then you wouldn't have this red, in billions in the red.
Do you believe that there should be any specific change?
Layoffs, maybe not at the lower level with the workers, because we work hard. So maybe they need to go to somewhere and find out why they're losing billions of dollars. Of course, people not sending out as much letters, or everybody's using email versus sending mail. So that's what we got to focus on.
It's been a long time that the USPS has been getting beat up by these private companies.
So forcing people to only use USPS would make USPS go back into the green.
Do you think the playing field is level between FedEx and UPS and the U.S. Postal Service?
No, because USPS is run by the government.